Overcoming fear and self-doubt is about removing them from your life. It's about learning to live above them. It's about hearing those voices of doubt, feeling that fear in your chest, and still choosing to move forward. Because here's the truth, everyone feels fear. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. Successful people refuse to let fear drive their decisions. They feel the fear, but they act anyway. The biggest lie fear tells us is that we're alone in our struggle. But let me tell you something important. Every single person you admire has felt fear and doubt. Every great leader, every champion, every successful entrepreneur. They have all had moments where they wanted to quit. The difference is they kept going. And do you know why? Because they understood one thing, fear only has power if you stop moving. Think about it. When you step into a dark room, it feels scary. But the moment you turn on the light, everything changes. That's what action does to fear. It shines the light on it. It shows you that most of your fears are nothing more than shadows, tricks of the mind. Self-doubt, on the other hand, is a little different. It's quieter, more sneaky. It creeps in slowly and makes you question yourself. What if it's not good enough? What if I fail? But here's what you need to know. Self-doubt is a liar. It pretends to protect you, but what it really does is hold you back. It builds a cage around your potential, and the key to breaking out is simple: prove it wrong through action. Let me tell you something powerful. Your thoughts are not facts. Just because you think you're not capable doesn't mean you aren't. Just because you feel afraid doesn't mean you shouldn't try. Feelings come and go, but your actions, that's what defines your future. Some people spend their whole lives waiting for confidence to magically appear before they take action. But here's the truth, confidence is not the starting point. It's the reward. You don't feel confident and then take action. You take action, you stumble, you learn, and that is how confidence is built. Let's get real for a moment. You will fail. You will make mistakes. And that's okay. Because failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of it. Every mistake you make is proof that you're trying, that you're growing. Success is built on failure, not on perfection. So don't be afraid to fall. Be afraid of staying down. You might be thinking, but what if people judge me? And here's my answer: people will always have opinions. But opinions don't pay your bills. Opinions don't build your dreams. And guess what? The people who criticize you are usually the ones too afraid to try themselves. So don't let someone else's fear become your limitation. Another trick fear loves to use is the what if game. What if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? But here's a better question: what if you don't try? What if you spend your whole life wondering what could have been if you had just believed in yourself a little more? Regret lasts longer than fear. Now, I know it's easy to say, be brave, but when you're in the middle of fear, it feels different. Your heart races. Your hands sweat. You start thinking about everything that could go wrong. And in that moment, here's what I want you to do: take a breath and take the next step anyway. Fear grows when you stand still. But the moment you move, it starts to shrink. I want you to understand something deeply. You are more powerful than you realize. The fact that you have dreams, that you want more for your life, that desire is not random. It's a signal, echoing. And here's the beautiful thing: if you feel it inside you, it means you already have what it takes to achieve it. You just have to believe in yourself enough to try. You don't have to be perfect to start. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to begin. Start messy. Start scared. Start unsure. But start. Because the road gets clear while you walk it, not before. And don't get discouraged if the progress feels slow. Great things take time. A tree doesn't grow overnight, but it grows a little every day. Your growth works the same way. Every small step, every tiny win, it all adds up. So be patient with yourself. Trust the process. Success isn't about never falling, it's about getting up one more time than you fall. You have survived every hard day you've faced so far, and you will survive the ones ahead. You are stronger than you think, braver than you feel, and more capable than you know. So, what are you waiting for? The perfect moment. It does exist. The right time. It's now. Your future self is waiting for you. And they're counting on you to push past the fear, to silence the doubt, and to take action. Because everything you want is on the other side of fear. Now, the question is, are you ready to cross it? The truth is, the only way to truly overcome fear is to face it. You can't think your way out of fear. You can't wait for it to disappear. The only way out is through. And that means stepping into discomfort, even when every part of you wants to run in the opposite direction. But here's the good news: fear is temporary. The more you challenge it, the weaker it gets. The more you step forward, the smaller it becomes. Think about a time when you were afraid to do something, but you did it anyway. Maybe it was speaking in front of a crowd. Maybe it was trying something new. Maybe it was taking a risk when you weren't sure how it would turn out. In that moment, fear felt real. It felt strong. But what happened after you took action? The fear faded. It lost its grip on you. And even if things did go perfectly, you proved to yourself that you could do it. That's the secret: fear only controls you if you let it stop you. At the moment you move, you take its power away. Now let's talk about another trick fear loves to use. It tells you that you need to be fully ready before you start. That you need to know everything, have everything planned, have every skill mastered. But that's not true. No one starts at the finish line. No one wakes up one day with all the answers. Every successful person you see today once stood where you were unsure, nervous, full of questions. But they started anyway. They took the first step, even when they weren't ready. They figured things out along the way. And so will you. Fear and self-doubt are like fog. They make everything seem unclear, but the moment you start moving, the path becomes visible. Action is the key. Action creates clarity. Action builds confidence. And confidence isn't about never feeling doubt. It's about trusting yourself enough to take action despite it. The most confident people in the world aren't the ones who never doubt themselves. They're the ones who have learned to keep going, even when they do. And here's something else to remember: fear is a sign that you're on the wrong path. In fact, it often means you're on the right one. Growth always feels uncomfortable. Stepping into something new will always come with uncertainty. But that's a good thing. It means you're challenging yourself. It means you're pushing past the limits you once thought were unbreakable. The only people who never feel fear are the ones who never take risks. But those who achieve great things, they've just learned how to move forward, even with fear by their side. Think about how much time fear has stolen from you. Think about the moments you wanted to try something but didn't because doubt got in the way. Think about the dreams you put on hold because fear whispered, "What if you fail?" But here's a better question: what if you succeed? What if this time you choose courage over fear? What if you finally give yourself permission to go after the life you want? You don't have to take huge leaps overnight. You just have to take one step. One small step today, then another tomorrow. Success isn't built in a day. It's built in the moments when you choose action over hesitation. When you choose to push forward even when doubt tries to pull you back. And don't expect perfection. Perfection is an illusion. It's a trap that keeps people stuck. If you wait until everything is perfect before you start, you'll never start. The best time to begin was yesterday. The second best time is right now. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not have everything figured out. What matters is that you're moving. Because movement creates progress. Progress builds momentum. And momentum turns into unstoppable confidence. Now you might be thinking, but what if I fail? And here's my answer: you will. At some point, you will face setbacks. You will make mistakes. You will have moments when things don't go as planned. And that's okay. Failure isn't something to fear. It's something to learn from. Every mistake is a lesson. Every setback is a step forward in disguise. The only real failure is giving up. As long as you keep going, you are still in the game. And let's talk about another lie fear tells you. It makes you believe that because something is hard now, it will always be hard. But that's not true. What's difficult today will become easier with time. What feels impossible now will one day feel natural. That's how growth works. The more you do something, the better you get at it. But you'll never experience that growth if you don't start. You don't have to know everything to begin. You just need to trust yourself enough to take the first step. And as you move forward, you'll learn what you need to know. You'll figure things out as you go. That's how every great success story begins. Not with certainty, not with perfection, but with a decision to start, to keep going, to refuse to let fear decide the outcome. Think about the people you admire, the ones who inspire you, the ones who have achieved great things. Do you think they never had doubts? Do you think they never faced fear? Of course they did. The difference is they refused to let it control them. They acted anyway. And because of that, they grew stronger, more confident, more capable. Now it's your turn. You have everything you need inside you. You don't need permission to go after what you want. You don't need someone else to tell you you're ready. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. The only thing you need to do is decide. Decide that your dreams matter more than your fears. Decide that your future is worth fighting for. Decide that today is the day you stop holding yourself back. Because here's the truth: time will pass whether you take action or not. 1 year from now, 5 years from now, you will look back at this moment. And the question is, will you look back with pride, knowing you chose courage over fear? Or will you look back with regret, wondering what could have been? That choice is yours. Fear will always be there. But so will your strength. That will always try to whisper in your ear. But so will your determination. And the more you choose action, the more you choose courage, the quieter fear becomes. You have something inside you that is stronger than any fear, any doubt, any obstacle. That is your will, your drive, your determination. And no one can take that away from you except you. So take a deep breath. Feel the fear if it's there. Acknowledge the doubt if it comes. But then take the next step anyway. Because everything you want, everything you dream of, is on the other side of that first step. And the only way to get there is to move. Fear will always be present, but it doesn't have to control you. The moment you take action, fear loses its power. Every step forward builds confidence, and every challenge you face strengthens you. Success isn't about never feeling doubt, it's about moving forward despite it.